everybody, GamingMagic13 here.
And GroupUnicorn71.
And welcome. What happened? Oh, you didn't start?
No. I started the countdown. You didn't do the countdown.
Oh, welcome back to Halo Infinite Versus, where last time we both took on Riven Gate. I also cleared out some HVTs in the area, and we also rediscovered how pathetically weak the vehicles are in this game, specifically in regards to flying vehicles. And it honestly, oh my Jesus Christ, okay. It honestly seems like the Razorback and Warthog are almost more, more durable than the stronger tanky things are supposed to be. Like, you'd expect that the tank and well, maybe more so that the Scorpion than the Wasp, but that they'd be the most powerful of powerful. But it seems like the Razorback is honestly more powerful in terms of its strength. Wow, I missed that shot horrendously. You don't see me. Okay, I just meleeed a hunter to death. Now for everything else. Yeah, so my game plan for today is going to be, I am going to be taking out some HVTs in the area, and probably going to one or two of the beacons as well. His plan, you said you're going to Annex Ridge, possibly?
Yeah, I'm here right now.
Annex Ridge is the next big...
It's a huge distance.
I think that's the last Banished Outpost actually in the game, so once you clear that, you'll be done with all the secondary purple Banished Outposts.
Oh, that's...
And then it'll just be everything else that's left to do. Did all my Marines... I think all my Marines might have died, unfortunately. But they lasted long enough to kill the two hunters, which is important. Oh! Backdraft Cinder Shot, huh? Where's that brute? Where'd that brute... Here, actually, just give me that. Give me that now. Backdraft Cinder Shot, please, and thank you. Let's try to aim it around the corner, shall we? That did not work. I tried to aim it around the corner, like aim the shot after I fired it. It did not go according to plan.
Won't be terrorizing the ring any longer.
Now then.
Those things took out 2 whole Spartan 4 fire teams, but they were no match for you.
Took out a bunch of Spartan 4 fire teams, huh? Yeah, well, all I needed was a team full of Marines with overpowered weaponry to clear them out. What's left? There's an audio log back here somewhere, I think. Maybe? Oh, wait, no, it's above us, actually. Like, towards there is why you need to get the audio log. Okay. See, there's a bunch of Forerunner aesthetics around all over the place that don't really have much purpose in the campaign. They're just kind of there. But I imagine they're probably going to come into play in future DLCs. And they'll probably activate or something. That's the other thing. We don't know if DLC... Because DLC for this game has, dare I say it... infinite possibilities in terms of what it could potentially be. So it begs the question of whether the DLC will stay on Zeta Halo, like whether we'll be here for the entire game, it'll just be telling new stories on the ring, or if it'll be a thing where we go off, like DLC could take place, for instance, detailing the fall of the Infinity. Oh my god, this game is beautiful. Detailing the fall of the UNSC Infinity, detailing maybe Blue Team's mission on Reach, possibly what happened to Osiris. There's a bunch of possibilities for where DLC could go. I mean, obviously they're going to be dealing with the Endless in some capacity, but it's a wonder of whether we're going to be here forever, or if they will expand beyond Zeta Halo for future possibilities afterwards, is a question we still don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
This didn't exactly go according to plan. Kind of plan on having my Marines here with me for this. I'm assuming fast traveling to this won't reset them. Or maybe it will, who knows. Nope, it did not. Okay. So in that case, what should my... I guess I can rearrange the order a little bit. Yeah, I'll go get the Spartan core now. And hopefully by the time I'm done doing that, my Marines will have respawned. Because I kind of just got all my Marines killed going after those two, you know, those two red hunters. They were very useful while they were alive, in terms of taking out the enemies. Like, they shredded the hunters almost immediately, but then the hunters blew up my Warthog, and that was the last of them. So, you know, they were useful while they were alive, but they were not long for this world, as it were. So now, I'm going to try to get them, because they will respawn at the FOBs eventually, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to try to pass the time by going on a solo mission to get some Spartan cores while I wait for them to hopefully respawn. Oh, I guess I could also go. I guess I could go capture one of the other fobs and then get the Marines that spawn there. Because there is still one Marine. I'm gonna get this Marine in my turrets for my Scorpion. If he would get in, please.
I'll take the gun.
Thank you. That's one thing. You know how? Did you notice how the? Well, I keep wanting to ask about vehicles, but I remember you haven't really used them all that much. Did you ever notice that the Marines can't drive in this game?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it's one thing that is it's both annoying and nice because they were never all that great drivers in the first place, but also sometimes you want that option there. It makes me wonder if it was a deliberate choice, because I mean I would imagine it's a deliberate choice because they've always been able to drive vehicles before. So I would imagine that it would have been something that they would have had to consciously choose to take out of the game rather than something they couldn't do due to technological capabilities. Although I say that, and then you realize that stuff like co-op and Forge isn't here, so you know maybe they'll also add in the ability to drive for the ability for Marines to drive at some point. And can my Scorpion not get stuck on a random rock? That'd be great. Thanks. Hell, even while we're talking about the vehicles being frustrating, I think I've even noticed that the Scorpion itself does it feel harder to control for you? Because you've never been a big fan of Halo's driving controls, but even for me, as someone who's pretty used to Halo driving controls at this point,
Yeah, it's hard to drive.
it really feels like the Scorpion, for whatever reason, is infinitely harder to drive than it ever has been previously, and I don't quite understand why. If I were to guess, it probably has something to do with the movement-assisted steering, because something you can turn on in this game is movement-assisted steering, meaning that rather than having to solely use the right stick to control the steering of vehicles, you can also use the left stick. But even having that disabled, it's still a bit of a nightmare to control, which is unfortunate. Because I said this from the beginning, the first major thing I noticed when playing this game is that I think I just saw Sentinel explode out of the air. The vehicles seem far weaker and harder to control than they had been previously. The other thing is that in an open world, because of how light some of the vehicles are, you find yourself kind of tripping over yourself a lot in terms of the vehicles getting caught on certain rocks while trying to drive around the open world. Because that happened to me a hell of a lot when I first called in a Warthog at the fob, and then I used that to try to drive around to get Marines. I kept flipping over every little thing, which is getting on my nerves. And there should be a Spartan core here somewhere, right? My blind as a bat. Where is the damn thing? Oh, is it up here? My waypoint is marking me up here. Oh, there it is. I see it. Is this the last one I need, actually? This might be the last one I need to get my last upgrade, is it? It is. Okay. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I lied. Okay, I can... Do I want this? No, I probably want... that, yeah. I'm now one upgrade away from maxing out my Spartan. I fully upgraded the grapple shot, shield core, threat sensor, and thruster. Now all I need is the drop wall, and then I'm good to go. Or the maximum drop wall upgrade, that is. I imagine... What's up?
No, it made me go up when I didn't want to go up.
Let me guess. The banished audio log behind the grav lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have ran around it. I'm stupid.
I did that exact. I know. Don't worry. I did that exact same thing. I wanted to get the audio log, and then I accidentally got stuck in the grav lift, and it took me up. I did that exact same thing when I played through. You are not alone in that regard. Okay. I'd like a checkpoint here, game. Could the game be so kind as to provide me with a checkpoint? That'd be lovely. Possibly. Oh, wait. There was a propaganda tower somewhere, I think. I think there's a propaganda tower... like, there-ish. I'll go get that real quick. I'm about to go take on Ordo Mall. That's the... You know that one HVT that's a Wraith?
I think.
I'm
I'm not sure.
It's in a swampy area towards the northwest of the map, and the HVT is in a wraith, which makes it a lot tougher to deal with. That's
Maybe I probably forget though.
That's the one I'm going to do now, and I've brought a scorpion, so hopefully it'll make it easier to do, but there's never any guarantees.
Yeah.
Oh god, he has a sword. Oh, don't open the drop. No, I'm dead, or not somehow. How am I not dead? How am I not dead? Oh my Jesus Christ! I should be so dead right now. Don't know how I'm still alive. Alright, go to my propaganda tower. See you later. Now then, back to my scorpion, which I parked all the way down there. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a checkpoint, because this is... It might have been the hardest HVT I took on throughout my entire playthrough. Although the 2 hunters... I guess I didn't do the 2 hunters in my initial play... Oh, thank God I got a checkpoint. I didn't take on the 2 hunters in my initial playthrough, so I can't really say that they were the hardest during my initial run-through. And Marine? You wanna get in the scorpion? Nope. Alright, I'm not waiting for you. I'm not waiting for you to wake up and get in the scorpion. I am going headfirst into this, and hoping I don't get blown to smithereens, which is never a guarantee. All right, is the wraith right here? Oh, I guess I have to call on the. Okay, looks like I have to. That's one thing. So the Marine squads will always be on the map, no matter what. But I'm pretty sure for HVTs, in order for them to spawn in, you have to go to the fob that, like, nearby in order to call them in, or to get them to spawn, I'm pretty sure. Because there should be a HVT where I am right now, that just is not here. So I'm gonna go to Fob Hotel to go take that back, and then I'll go take down Ordomall. Hopefully the Scorpion, well, I was gonna say hopefully the Scorpion can survive the battle to take back Fob Hotel, but then I realized even if it doesn't, I can just call in a new Scorpion, so won't really be that big of a detriment. The hard part is getting it around all the terrain, because it's a very rough area. Please get up over the thing. Move, Scorpion. Oh, dear God. Oh, please turn. Scorpion, work with me here. Scorpion, please, I beg you. No, the Scorpion isn't gonna last much longer. What is... I don't even know what's shooting me. I don't even know what's shooting me. What is shooting me? God, it's just stuck on a rock, I think. And then a tree... Is a rock in the way? Is a tree in my way? Can I just get to the fob? Thank you. On my way.
My Marines, I don't know about you, but my Marines on my side, they really don't like helping me.
Can't say the same. My Marines have... I mean, they don't always last that long, but whenever my Marines do survive, they are of instrumental importance to me. Like, I cannot overstate the fact that when I drove up to the 2 hunters, they shredded the 2 hunters in literally seconds. Now, they may not have lasted too long after the fact. I had to clear all the enemies by myself afterwards, but the biggest threats in the area were the hunters, and they took them out immediately. And for the other HVTs have been the same deal. Like that, the one brute guy you had a problem with, I don't know what his name was. I'm not gonna check right now because I'm kind of in the middle of combat. It was that one brute. I think it gave the Riven Manglers a reward, kind of near Fob Charlie, north of the Forge of Tish. I just had an army of Marines by my side, and it made the HVT kind of trivial. So unfortunately, I cannot say I share your negative experience with Marines. Please shoot the rocket. Thank you.
Like, I save the Marines. One of them picks up a skewer, and then I'm fighting two elites at the end of the base, like at the end of the mission, and then 2 or 3 Marines just stand there and, like, watch me die. So
I guess I just have better luck when it comes to Marines, because I cannot say that they've been I can't say that they've been useless. They've been very much useful to me. Okay. Well, this kind of didn't go according to plan. I didn't intend to go capture this fob first. But hey, I can restock on ammo and vehicles before I come here. Or before I go take on the HV, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Also, did you go up the elevator, or did you go through the main gates? To get to Annex Ridge in the first place?
I flew in from the side or the rear.
Yeah, because something I noticed recently is that there's an elevator that takes you up to Annex Ridge from down below that I didn't know was there until recently, honestly. It wasn't until I just got sniped out of the air. It wasn't until a recent playthrough, or sorry, it wasn't until I actually saw the lead designer on the Annex Ridge base mention how one of the things he likes most about that base specifically is that it has two levels to it. And then I read that tweet and I'm like, there's 2 levels to it? I don't remember that ever being a thing. I thought there was only one. But then I actually looked at the map and I'm like, oh, there is an elevator that takes you up from down below. I just didn't even do it because I just went through the gates. My first time I pulled through the gates in a Scorpion, and then my second time, or not my second time, but actually no, yeah, my second time I did what you did and I flew in over the gates in a Wasp. So I didn't even know there was an elevator to use when I first did that. But it is kind of cool how there's 2 different levels to it, even if I didn't know it was there first time around. Honestly, Annex Ridge might be my favorite of the 7 Banished Outposts that there are. It might be my favorite of the bunch. I'm not sure though, because I like a lot of them. If you were to, having recently played them all, if you were to pick one Banished Outpost, which would you say was your favorite? Of the 7 that there are. Because I think I would probably go for Annex Ridge, but I don't know about you.
What did you say?
I asked what was your favorite Banished Outpost of the 7.
Oh, Annex Ridge is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd go with. I'm also partial to the Readout of Sundering, which is that banished prison camp where you rescue all the Marines. I think I mentioned this previously, but that sort of escalation sense you get from getting an increasingly large army throughout the course of the mission, then being able to face off against that one Hammer Chieftain with all the Marines you rescued is a pretty satisfying feeling. Okay.
Huh. I remember I hated this gun.
What gun?
The battle rifle breacher.
I
didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
I would love to read up on what it does, but I'm currently in the middle of fighting a Wraith. I will get back to you on that momentarily. But I think if you go into the Valor chart, like the FOB tab on the TAC map, it'll tell you what the differences are between the main battle rifle and the BR breacher. Because it does tell you, it doesn't tell you for the Covenant or the banished weapons that you call in, but for the advanced or variant UNSC weapons, it does tell you what the differences are. I think it's, if I recall correctly, I think it's that it gives you increased stopping power, and that it works better for close range encounters than the regular battle rifle. I'm not sure though. That's recalling it from memory. I don't know if that's actually what it is or not. You can read up for yourself if you're curious.
Mm-hmm.
This Wraith does not go down easily. Okay, is he out of the Wraith? I think he's out of the Wraith, I'm not sure. I can't tell. Take some Wasp missiles, please. I don't want to get too close or else I'm going to get blasted by the skewers over there. I'm pretty sure he's out of the Wraith, because it's not locking in anymore. Or locking on anymore, I should say. So I'm pretty sure it's just the elite on the ground. Excuse me, can you piss off with your rocket launcher, please? That'd be cool, thanks. Yeah, I think this is definitely the hardest HVT of the bunch. Actually, no. Maybe. There's one at the very top of the map, Inca Saham, that gives you the rapid-fire pulse carbine. That's pretty tough, too, just because of the insane amount of snipers and vehicles there are, but the Ordo Mall is definitely, if it's not the hardest, it's one of the hardest. Okay, he's almost down. Almost there. Few more shots. Few more shots, buddy. Okay, finally. I think he's dead. Now let's not lose the skewer now.
Oh my goodness, you stupid Marine.
What happened?
He just shot. I was trying to like, I was trying to like sneak up on them, see what the hell's going on, scout out the area, but no, this guy just has to shoot.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really get total control over what our Marine friends feel like doing.
Oh my goodness.
Are you doing the 2 hunters south of the Annex Ridge now?
Yes.
Okay. I had a feeling because that's the closest HVT to where Annex Ridge was. So I had a feeling that's what you were up to.
Yo, rocket launcher Marine, you better do something! Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Don't die. Oh lord.
Dude, this is something else, dude.
Yeah, those 2 hunters do not
Dude,
go.
what are my Marines doing? They're not helping.
HVT nearby, Chief. Ordo Mall.
Shoot him, you oh, he's still on me. Shoot him, you dummy.
Taking him out will only improve.
I'm out of threat sensors. That's unfortunate. Take this. Thank you.
I think my game froze. It's just doing those stutter thingies where it freezes for like 10 seconds.
Okay. As long as it hasn't hardcore crash, we're good. Although even if it hardcore crashes, there's not much we can do about that because I can't revert to a save. Although I'm pretty sure it's pretty good about saving mid-mission, so I think even if it crashes, you should be okay. I think I just wasted those rockets.
I think it did crash.
Oh.
I'm just stuck here.
Okay, well in that case you might want to try closing out and resetting. And seeing how much progress was. Did you do anything significant after the Annex Ridge mission?
No.
Okay.
I just got the fob and that's it.
So if I were to guess, I'd say you'll probably respawn at Fob Juliet, I think is the one, or yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, if it does put you back significantly, let me know, but I think you shouldn't be too much of an inconvenience. Plus, I'm not exactly steamrolling on progress here either. I'm still stuck on that one HVT. That's just the massive Wraith. So, hold on. Man, that stun. That stun effect really does save your ass a lot of the time. The grapple slam thing, I mean. Especially when you use it as a ground pound and not to home in on one certain enemy, but just to do it as like an area of effect thing, so that you can stun multiple enemies at once. I think I just killed myself with a rocket launcher. At least I think I got good checkpoints, maybe. Maybe. Please be a good checkpoint. Okay, this is a good checkpoint. I will say, I've been lucky in that my game has never crashed on... Well, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, of course, but so far, knock on wood, it has yet to crash. It crashed, I think, twice on PC, but on Series X, it's not crashed once, which I'm very thankful for. Even playing... I think it might have crashed once or twice in the beta, as in during the multiplayer flights over the summer. I'm pretty sure it crashed a couple times, but playing the actual proper full release, it hasn't crashed at all, which is very lucky.
And I'll just redo everything. Or not everything, the redo, like, driving there.
Okay. Yeah, so long... I had a feeling it would save your progress clearing the base, and it would save your progress capturing the fob. And so long as it saved those two things, you're probably good. Which is
Yeah, we good.
Happy to see that. Because we don't really have a backup plan if something happens to either of our save files, because for other games we can make backup saves and just kind of like play off one of those if something goes wrong. But for this series, because of the way audio logs work, if one of us crashes or if one of our save files becomes unusable or something, we're kind of shit out of luck. So, kind of crossing our fingers and hoping that doesn't happen.
I don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. Not that, I mean, you know, knock on wood and all that, but... Okay, what's left? This guy and that guy? Oh, and one ghost over there. Okay. Home in on that ghost, please. Please don't miss. Okay, I shot him once. Shoot him again. Nice. And then... Boop. Oh. Okay. Reload. Reload. Boop. Are we clear?
Let's deal with the leftovers.
Just a couple grunts, huh? Nice.
All of them, but the target's still active. That did it, Chief.
Well, that was exhausting.
Race Master won't be causing the UNSC any more trouble.
Now I need better weapons.
His most trusted
I wish you could zoom in with the turret. It's the only thing I don't like about Halo is you can never zoom in with the weapon
We'll have
guns.
some beacons left to find before the Forerunner.
I'm used to playing Battlefield as well. In Battlefield, you could do like everything with the tanks. So
I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. I mean, that's a thing they changed in Halo 5 with like being able to aim down the sights with every single weapon. But that was met with very negative reception by Halo fans at large, just because I guess it started to make the series feel more like COD and less like Halo. Its identity kind of started to be lost in that regard, especially because you could zoom in with the sword, which is not a weapon you really need to zoom in with, the goddamn energy sword. So I guess it just... I understand where you're coming from with that, definitely, but I guess it's just a matter of... It was met with not very negative reception, so they kind of changed it back.
I feel like people are just coping that the fact that their game doesn't have good mechanics, and they just blame it on, oh, it's becoming like this, it's permanent. Because when good mechanics are imported, people are like, oh my goodness, it's becoming like popular game because good mechanics. It's like, not really.
Well, I think there is a certain element to that. Like, for instance, a lot of games are adding battle royales, which can make it feel like you're just trying to follow the most popular trend in the market. But some things are...
Yeah,
some general quality of life improvements, you can't really say the same thing. So it's not as black and white as people make it out to be, but there are certainly some things where that can certainly apply to. Although I should say, in regards to the all-weapon zoom-in thing, even in Infinite, there are still some weapons, like even with the assault rifle, you can still zoom in with it, it's just that it's not as noticeable, because with Halo 5, it had a full, like, aim-down sights animation and all that, whereas with Infinite, it's just... Honestly, I don't even think about it when I do it in multiplayer, when I zoom in. Because I think what they said is that for stuff like the battle rifle, it does... Battle rifle, sniper rifle, all that, it actually increases your accuracy, whereas for stuff like the assault rifle, it zooms in and it narrows your FOV, so you can see closer, but your accuracy, I believe, remains unchanged. So I'm guessing, I think that's the happy medium that they found to appeal to people who like the aim-down sights on all weapons, and people who don't like it. I mean, if you want to get a better taste of Halo discourse, there's a lot of people who are very avidly against the fact that you can even sprint in Halo at all, which even mentioning that is opening up a can of worms that I probably shouldn't be opening, because you have no idea.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like some hardcore game fans make no sense. Because they want innovation, but when innovation comes, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't like this. It's too innovative. So it's like, what?
It's a very narrow line to walk, and even me just mentioning sprint is probably just a recipe for disaster in the Halo video. Because honestly, I'm just ambivalent towards it, because I don't sprint all that much, just because I'm used to the classic Halos where sprint isn't even there, but I'm also not repulsed by its inclusion, because it's just something I don't have to use if I don't want, especially because in Infinite, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Infinite's sprint speed has been significantly neutered compared to how it was in the past, and I'm pretty sure that's been done deliberately, so that sprint is there for people who want it, but people who don't want it don't feel like they have to sprint to keep up, I guess. So it's kind of a middle ground between the two things. But there's a lot of stuff like that people are not a big fan of. Now, I will say there was a point where it goes too far. For instance, I think Halo 5 with, like, ground pound and Spartan charge might have taken things a little too far with making it feel more like this futuristic Super Titanfalls-esque kind of thing. But, you know, there's some more basic things I don't think. Like, sprint is not something that needs to be lambasted in a Halo game. Nope, Marines, don't get crushed, Marines.
Like, imagine if we didn't have sprint and a grappling hook for this game. I would literally not play it. It would just take way too long to get everywhere. Just take way too long.
To be fully candid, I was nervous. When they first announced that there was going to be a grappling hook, I was very nervous about it. Because my initial thought was, oh, is it going to just be like that one character in Apex Legends, but thankfully it's not. It's not like that at all, and it feels very much like its own identity with how the grappling hook performs, so very happy with how that turned out. Also, I need this Marine to take this, not that. No. Take this. No, Marine. I will say this. My experience with Marines has been very positive, but the one thing that I don't like, but I also really like, is the fact that Marines can pick up their own weapons. By which I mean, if you give them a weapon, they'll use it, and they'll use it well, but what they also might do is they might decide, actually, your weapon sucks. This other weapon's much better. And they'll drop your weapon, and they will instead pick up a different weapon on the ground nearby. Which is something they didn't used to do. And, like, the reason why that is in the game is because if you rescue Marines from a prison or whatever, like, and one of the banished bases, what they'll do is after you release them, they will instead choose, like, they'll run to a weapon nearby and pick that up, which is cool, and it's a good feature. And they'll also, if they see a better weapon, like if they're holding a bulldog and they see a rocket launcher, they'll go pick up the rocket launcher manually, which is really awesome. But if I give them like right now, I gave one of my Marines a shock rifle because I'm going into an area with a lot of vehicles, and I want them to be able to stun the vehicles so that I can shoot them down. But the guy grabbed a different weapon instead because it's like, what? You give me a shock rifle? Well, then why didn't you give me this better weapon? It's like, no, because there's a tactical reason I gave you that weapon, Marine. I didn't want you to pick up the... So it's a double-edged sword there as well in terms of... It's a nice feature, but man, can it get on your nerves sometimes. Also, I think I just lost a tire. Oh, God.
I'm curious, which one is which HUT is the rifle?
Ordo Mall. Have you captured Fob Hotel yet?
No.
Then you won't see him.
So.
It's, so you know that giant gap in the middle of the sequence area? That kind of gap in the map towards the center?
Mm-hmm.
It's to the...
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah, there's a fob to the west of that gap, and then north of that fob is where the HVT is. So... It's painful. Honestly, it's not even the Wraith itself. It's the fact that there's like 10 guys with skewers all around the area that can insta-shot you out of your vehicle if you don't take them out first and foremost. So that can be a bit of a hassle. And I think there's also skewers in this area from what I can tell. I'm doing the tower to the north. Oh, there's a lot of shock rifles in this area. There's a lot of shock rifles here. Fortunately, I have some of my own. Oh, dear God. Oh, I never asked you this. I don't think we've ever talked about this movie before, which I find surprising. Did you see Spider-Man No Way Home when it came out?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you did, because I feel like that was like a major movie event last year, so I found it odd we didn't talk about it, but I guess that's wise, because you've never seen it. That was a big topic of discussion when the movie first came out. But I feel like I have the very unpopular position on that film, because a lot of it felt like hollow fan service, which, I mean, fan service can be used appropriately, but it felt like that movie was banking on only its fan service with the whole, like, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, it's the three Spider-Men coming together kind of thing. So, I wasn't a big fan of how that movie turned out, especially because a lot of the characters felt like they were acting in ways that didn't make sense with who they'd been previously established to be, but I've already ruffled enough feathers bringing up the topic of Sprint in a Halo video, so I won't push it any further with talking about Spider-Man. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the Marvel movies anymore. I like the old ones, like the original Iron Man, Captain America's a few other ones are good, but I don't know. I really don't. I don't like Tom Holland that much. He's definitely a character.
I don't blame you for not being into the new movies either, because I just like I said, ever since Endgame should have been the end. Endgame has its flaws, and I make no attempt to hide them, but man, I feel like the MCU has gone considerably downhill ever since Phase 3 ended, and they've tried. It's just the multiverse, man. Introducing the multiverse is a can of worms they never should have ever opened, because it just overcomplicates everything to the nth degree. Makes it all a lot more cumbersome to consume. All right, I've been in this mission for 3 episodes now, and I've only just done my first Forerunner beacon.
Sorry, I thought it would be easier.
Because I've been doing
It's been 3 episodes?
Well,
Jesus.
I mean, this is our second one we've done today. I started this mission.
Oh, yeah, you went early.
Yeah, because you got stinted by the Spartan killers.
Watching me.
Which I don't blame you for at all. I confidently stand by. That's the worst boss in the entire game. Easily. I thought it was Tremonius.
What the fuck is that?
What's up?
Dude, a plasma rifle just killed my tank in 3 shots!
Oh,
I'm so mad.
the pulse carbine thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was literally just an elite. Yeah,
Yeah, what I've
Dude,
learned...
it killed it in 3 shots! That's not even fun! How's that even allowed?
I don't understand...
Who made vehicles this week?
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. The best theory I have, and it's not a great one, is that they tried... Because they did the same thing in Halo 4. In Halo 4, the reason why the plasma pistol is so weak in that game is because they tried to, balance for multiplayer. Because obviously what you can do in multiplayer is if you get a plasma pistol, you can eternally stun vehicles with the overcharge shot. So they made it weaker in the game to try to account for that. The problem is that in doing so, they also made it weaker in campaign, in addition to multiplayer, which affects the whole experience when it really shouldn't have affected the campaign at all. That, my best guess is it's the same kind of thing here, where to account, because multiplayer is all more about, like in campaign you have the equipment the whole time and you can use it as many times as you want. Whereas multiplayer is more about one-use instances. Like, you use the equipment once, you use the vehicle once, and then you lose it. It's kind of short stints of fun rather than you have this the whole time. So the best guess you're gonna get out of me as to why that the vehicles are as pathetic as they are in this game is something along those lines. I don't know if that's the real reason. I don't know if that's even remotely close to the truth, but that's my tinfoil hat conspiracy theory until we get a proper post-mortem on the development of this game. For why... Because believe it or not, the way the Banshee is in this game right now is a buffed version of what it was originally. If you can believe that hilarious tale.
That's insane.
The Banshee was somehow even weaker in its original form during the tech tests. Which I didn't believe that either, but I mean,
That's crazy.
Although I say that, but during the tech test for Big Team Battle, they actually had the Scorpion... One of the changes they made was that they changed the rate at which stuff spawns in. Because originally, people went for extended periods of time with the Scorpion never spawning in at all. Like, they would never get any heavy vehicles in the multiplayer rounds. But, so they changed that. So I guess maybe that may not even be the reason why, if that was their original plan, but I don't know.
Some beacons left to find before the
Yeah, I know, Weapon. I know we have vehicles left to find. You need not remind me that there's 3 beacons left for me to do. Yeah, this mission's probably going to take us the longest amount of time. And we haven't even... But we both still have backtracking to do. Like, even once we clear out this island, we both have a lot of backtracking to do for the original islands, like, early in the game. So there's still a lot of ground that we have left to cover. Like, right now, I just scanned one of the Forerunner artifacts up on the mountain near the tower, or near the beacon. And I know I have 2 of those I need to go back and get on the first island. I also have some skulls I gotta get. Have you gotten any skulls so far?
what we're seeing in the landscape.
I got one near a waterfall, because I was right there next to it. Or in a waterfall.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I got more as well, but that's the one I got recently as well as that one right there. That's actually the skull I was talking about, where you have to, like, ram your Banshee into the side of it to try to get inside that the little lip thing, if you know what I mean. You have to get inside that small lip into the cave. That's what I was referring to with that skull. When my Banshee died by just ramming it into the thing constantly. Also, I just got hit with an army of rampaging brutes. Take a grapple slam. Okay. Let's do it again. Alright, that worked. I just grapple slammed a bunch of brutes to death. you know those charging, rampaging brutes? I just grapple slam them all out of existence. Give me this assault rifle. Open this. Now then. I believe now I have to go into the cave. Have you been inside the cave yet? Like the big cave inside the mountain?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's where I'm going now to get another Spartan core. That might be one of my favorite sections in the entire world, or in the entirety of Zeta Halo. This kind of big, massive, open cave area that looks really gorgeous. It's also very deadly. I just wasted a threat sensor.
What was in it?
There's a Spartan core inside, and I think there's also an audio log that I'm gonna get after I get the Spartan core. Drop wall, please. Thank you. What grenades do I have? I have dynamo grenades. Okay, I gotta save those. There's a lot of cool things on the ring that don't really get a lot of attention just because people tend to minimize the environmental design to just grass.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is it.
Oh, I didn't ask. Are you still... I assume you're long past doing the 2 hunters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I fell into that big-ass cave.
Oh, the one I'm in right now?
I think I fell into it.
If you fell down a giant, like, 3-year-long fall...
I fell down a giant asshole.
Yeah, it's, you're probably where I am right now, then. Because it's a very long fall.
I fell down it again.
It's a very long hole down into this cave. Oh, God! That's a Hydra. Oh, man, the Hydra. I hope I'm not screwed, because I just gotta... Oh, I might be screwed, actually. Okay. So, you know how after every Spartan core you get a checkpoint? So I just got a Spartan core, and I got a checkpoint, but the checkpoint left me facing off against a brute with a Hydra launcher that's, like, right behind me. So I thought I might have been screwed, because I would have kept respawning into the Hydra shooting at me. But thankfully, it did not happen. And I managed to pull through. I very easily could not have. I just threw that horrendously. Boy. I have rockets. I should use them. Probably a good idea to use some rockets. Anything left? I hear grunts. And there they are. So are you sticking around the cave to get the Spartan core, or did you just fall in and now you're making your way out?
I fell in and I'm killing everything. Well, I just got the Spartan core. Ouch. Everything's blowing up around me.
Spartan core. Do I have enough for an upgrade? I do. Okay. I have gotten my last upgrade. My Spartan is now fully upgraded as much as it possibly can be.
Nice.
So now, any other Spartan cores I get are just there to get for fun. Or not for fun, to get 100%. Because like I mentioned previously, for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, we identified the glitch is tied directly to the Pelican Down mission.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I could see why, like, if players don't want to go out of their way, they're just going to give you fast track, but that's kind of stupid.
Well, that's the thing.
Especially for Legendary.
It could... There's two ways to look at it. It could either be that it's a deliberate design choice that during Pelican Down, it gives you 1 extra Spartan core for each one you pick up in a way that's designed so that it's subtle enough that you probably won't notice it unless you're paying super close attention. I mean, I didn't notice it. I'm guessing you probably didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
So that the player isn't forced to collect every single Spartan core, or it's equally possible. I think it actually might be more likely that it is actually just a glitch, because it's the fact that there's exactly 45 Spartan cores, and you need exactly 45 Spartan cores to fully upgrade the Chief. That's not a coincidence. I refuse to believe it. So it's probably just a glitch that will probably be patched in due time. But the argument can be made in the inverse. It's just the fact that it's exactly 45 that seems to be too much of a coincidence to be true. Or to be an accident, I should say. Oh, God. Okay, well, I don't know why I keep trying to use the Wasp. I don't know why I know how weak the vehicles are, and I keep using the Wasp anyway. I don't know why I keep doing that. I know exactly what I'm signing myself up for when I use the Wasp. It's just for the transportation, I guess. It's just because I know it, like, I can fly around faster. So it works out nicely. But man, I will say, I guess I counter to myself for my own theory about it being balanced for multiplayer. I could counter it myself because people go on killing rampages with these. The vehicles are almost overpowered in multiplayer anyway. Because remember that one BTV match where once the guy got the Scorpion, it was just done for us. Like we were just dead no matter what. So it seems like they're just too overpowered even as they currently stand. Oh no! Take a stun.
They're overpowered in multiplayer. They're balanced. I feel like they were balanced for campaign, but they're overpowered for multiplayer. Because in campaign, they're hard to kill, but in multiplayer, they're not, or they're hard to kill as well. So it's really weird.
Well, balance maybe in terms of fighting them, but in terms of actually flying around in them, not so much.
Because I could see how this Wraith is like really good if used correctly. But where's my Spartan core? It's right here. It's right here.
Are you trying to get the one that's below the mountain? If that makes any sense. So, if I may ask, where are you currently standing? Like, if you look at the map.
I'm standing to the left of Fog Juliet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were getting...
It's like directly left. Oh, okay, I see it, I think I see the area it's supposed to be.
I'm going after that Spartan core in a second. I just gotta get my hands...
What the hell is that? Oh, it's that. Oh my goodness, I was just suicide bomb. Ouch. Ouchies, that hurt. That hurt very much.
Take a sniper. And I'll go for this. Try this on for size, why not? Alright, first priority is going to be to get this armor locker down here. That I somehow have yet to get.
Really? I didn't want to die.
I really haven't gotten this one. I don't know how I missed this when I was going after the hunters. Oh, that's a ghost right there, is what that is. Hey, ghost, you want to take some wasp missiles? Thanks for taking... Oh, my God, why... You know the other thing about vehicles that really pisses me off in this game? You know what really actually pissing me right the hell off about vehicles in this game? Every time you get a wasp, in whatever area you fly into, the enemies that you find there will every single goddamn time either have a skewer or a hydra launcher ready to shoot you out of the sky immediately. Like, it knows...
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Or worse, they might even call in a banshee just to be ready for, like, oh, you have an air vehicle. Well, how'd you like to have a dogfight with 2 banshees every time you leave a fob? So that's frustrating.
Oh, they spawn. I think they just coded it to spawn in when you fly for a while.
Oh no, they did.
At high altitudes.
Like it's definitely deliberate that they make that choice. I'm saying I don't like that they've made that choice because they said in one of the interviews that I think they said they want to design encounters that are fun when you have a vehicle. What they actually meant by that was we want to make sure you can't just blow through every single encounter when you summon in a vehicle. So it changes the enemy design so that it accounts for what you have, which makes sense. It's a good idea to do that, but they've taken it to extreme measures by giving them with the weapons they've chosen to give them. So, yeah, I get what they were going for with wanting to make sure you can't just effortlessly tear through every encounter the second you get the Scorpion or the Wasp. But I think that the efforts they've taken to counterbalance that have hurt the game more than it's helped. And like really, every single problem the only problems I have with Infinite's campaign, gameplay-wise, are the vehicles and the equipment switcher. Because the equipment switcher, it's so cumbersome. I'm more used to it now than I was, but it's still so cumbersome to switch between equipment pieces with that switcher, and then vehicles, just everything that's wrong with vehicles, just in their entirety. Everything about the vehicle. Oh my god, it's spawning back at the damn fob? Really? Spawning back at the fob, huh? Okay. That's nice. Well, That's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure I'm going after the same Spartan core you just went after.
Yeah, there are like 3 sentinels, I think they're called.
Yeah, one of which is a sentinel captain.
Very annoying.
With a giant, the one that has a giant shield around it is a sentinel captain. I will say they have made considerable changes to the actual sentinel AI and like the ranks of the sentinels. Because it used to be it was just there was one type of sentinel.
Fucking banshees.
But now there's different ranks, and one of them there's even like a suicidal sentinel that once it gets low enough.
What is shooting? Oh my goodness! There are 3 banshees. Wow, 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 wow. And of course they despawn. That's what I fucking so annoying. They spawn in and they despawn, so it's like they were never there, but they caused all that damage to you. It's like why?
Yeah, that's what I mean with the whole balancing encounters around vehicles. It seems like they've taken it too far in certain directions. Okay. What grenades do I have? Take a frag grenade. And you actually can take a dynamo grenade if I can throw this well enough, which I appear to have not thrown it well at all. Jesus. Did that stick? Sure didn't. Sure didn't. Oh my god, his shield came back. Oh, I should have shot the grunt. There was a grunt that went suicidal, or like that had the 2, you know, the kamikaze grunts that have 2 plasma grenades stuck to their hands. There was one right next to the sentinel captain. I should have just shot the grunt so that it would blow up the sentinel, but I didn't do that, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this grenade. Try that one. That was the wrong kind of grenade. But it killed him anyway. Any more grenades for me? Oh, dynamo nades? Don't mind if I do. Do not mind if I do. Huh. Grapple slam. Grapple slam for the win. Every time. Yeah, once you fully upgrade the chief, he's just, well, I say unstoppable, but then I just died in that encounter, so maybe not unstoppable, but it's, the grapple slam specifically makes things much less painful. Okay. Spartan core mine. So we're at about 52 minutes. I'm guessing we'll probably both have time for one more thing, and then we'll call it off for the video. So what's your next big objective you're going for?
I just killed this guy on the floating island in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, the jackal?
Yeah.
Or the skirmish or whatever, yeah. She's not that tough, it's just the enemies around her. Like the skewers and all that. I think, by the way, I think
and there are 2 shade turrets that shoot you through trees, so it's fun to try to find out where they are.
I think she's the only female HVT in the entire game.
I don't know, aliens had genders.
Yeah, that was one of the points of Halo 5 is they mentioned how, because what I think Vale said, war has typically been a male's job on Helios, whereas, which is why it was kind of, it was surprising to see for the first time a female warrior in the position that she was. It was cool to see. It was just surprising because previously we'd only ever seen male Singhili prior to that point. So it's nice to see because there's a lot of backstory in terms of the culture of all the different alien factions that doesn't often get highlighted in the game. So it was cool to see that in Halo 5. All right, what do I want to do before we end the video? Something I can do nice and quick. I might have time to go take on an HVT. If I load up...
Okay.
Well, actually...
I'm gonna go take out this fob real quick.
Okay, so I'll do an HVT, you take a fob, and then that'll be enough to call the video there.
Sounds good.
First, I'm gonna load up my
I'm gonna
Marines.
scream about these banshees, man.
Yeah, it's... Getting the Wasp is like a blessing and a curse.
Of course, the enemies spawn back in the big-ass base, so I'm getting shot by them, and then banshees just spawn out of thin air.
Yeah, it's very... Maybe immersion... I mean, and I'll just say, it's immersion breaking. It's very jarring to just be flying over the... Because I just want to admire the sights sometimes, like just taking the gorgeous scenery of the ring, and then you have these 2 banshees popping out of who the hell knows where, and then you have to deal with them while you're in the Wasp. It makes flying anywhere...
Stop! Oh my goodness.
it makes flying anywhere a massive pain in the ass.
These fucking banshees, man. I swear to God.
Take what you need, Master Chief.
Okay.
I lose my fucking mind. They one spawned in front of me and one spawned behind me, so it's annoying. So fucking oh my goodness. How the fuck am I supposed to get to my destination? This game is fucking dog shit sometimes, man. This game is not thought of well.
If I have one point of contention against this game, like I said, it's the equipment switcher I've gotten less annoyed by, but I have not gotten any less annoyed by how vehicles are made in Infinite. It's my biggest sticking point with the game, and it...
Stop, man! It's annoying.
Is this Marine stuck on a tree?
Spartan?
No, you're not. Okay, you're free.
Dude, go fuck your... Dude, they kill me and then they despawn in front of my face!
Yeah, it's as soon as...
They literally just despawn.
There's not much that I can say about the way the vehicles work that I haven't already made clear. It's annoying as hell. Undoubtedly. Give me this. That should work, and then what else do what should my backup weapon be?
Good to see you, Spartan.
Maybe the...
So goddamn annoying.
What do I want? Should I take, I'll go for this. Yeah. This Marine just said, don't we have a lot to do right now, Chief? It's like, yes, Marine, we do have a lot to do right now. And I'm loading you all up so that we can go do all those things. Okay. Let's go take him out. Go take out this HVT. And then, you're on your way to the fob right now, you said?
Yeah.
Alright. So I'll take out the HVT. You take back... I'm guessing you're going for Fob Hotel.
I think, maybe.
If it's the one that's nearby the Jackal on the one random floating island, or the Skirmisher, I mean, then yeah, you're headed for Fob Hotel. And then you'll unlock the Ordo Mall HVT that I did that's in the Wraith. Which I'm guessing you'll probably do next time. So I'll just warn you now, you're in for a lot of pain with that one. You are in for grand amounts of pain and suffering with that one.
I'm gonna scream if this Banshee doesn't stop.
Well, I almost got the...
Fucking kidding me. So funny, man.
Well, I almost got the HVT first try. Fortunately, it didn't work out all that well. I got stuck by a grenade.
Holy shit. What is that?
What is what?
It's something shooting at me and I'm... Where am I getting shot? I'm getting shot through the trees! Why do they have... Like, that's another thing I don't understand about this game. They shoot you through the trees! They don't have a line of sight on you, but their aim assist AI is just crazy. They shoot you through the damn tree. It's so fucking annoying.
Oh, I got the HVT, but I can keep going if you're still going for the fob.
I'm gonna fucking scream. Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. This fob is fucking annoying. They're shooting me through the trees. I got a fucking Banshee on me because I'm in a wasp and that warrants a ship to spawn in right next to me.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to me. When
it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave. It stays here.
During my stream that I did earlier this year, I took on that fob in a hotel, and the exact same thing happened to me. I tried to fly. I think I even did it in the order that you did it. I took out the... What the... Okay, this ghost is glitched into the ground. I took out the one HVT, the skirmisher HVT on top of the island, and then after I took out that HVT, I went to go fly to the fob. But in doing so, there was just so many... There was banshees nearby, there was ghosts, there might have even been a chopper, and then just so many things trying to shoot me out of the sky. It was a nightmare to deal with. So, I feel your pain, absolutely. Alright. going for the beacon towards the south of the map. I think this will be oh, hold steady. Oh, no. That was almost bad. This is, this might be the hardest, probably second hardest one, honestly. This will be my third of the 4 beacons that I gotta deal with. And it's it's the hardest just because of the 2 hunters, both of whom are now dead, because my Marines just absolutely mopped the floor with them. So just don't drop off any more pain, and we'll be okay. Hold steady. Cool. So I'm hoping that my Marines are going to be able to shoot the... Oh, thank goodness I got a checkpoint. Please shoot... Assuming they drop off another... Oh, no, don't flip to... Oh, we flipped. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Back in, Marines. Everybody hop back in quickly. Is that a Phantom? No.
I'm done with the fog.
Okay. So
Nice fog.
I'm about to clear out the enemies here and open up the door, so I'll just mop this up and then we'll...
Yeah, you could do that.
Call it there. Where? I think there's like one more enemy left somewhere that I can't see. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was Fob Hotels.
Yeah.
And you said Ordo?
Yeah, Ordo Mall, I think is the name of them. You should be northwest of the fob. So if you see him on the map, that's where he is. Okay. Yeah, I've cleared out the area. I can go inside, so I'll unlock the tower door, and then I'll start the next episode here. Because are we doing another one after this?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just pause here and then we'll start up next time with me going into the beacon. Okay, that was fun. I mean, I'm sure it sounds like you had a bit of a rough time with Fob Hotel because WASP combat in this game is just a nightmare to deal with. But yeah, I try to use the WASP as few times as I can, just so I don't have to deal with the stupid Banshee spawns, because it's not. Like I said,
yeah, I hate how they just spawn out of thin air. Like, at least make it so that they're patrolling. I could see them. I could either avoid them or fight them. That's the least they should.
It's the fact that I think you're right. It's the fact that we can physically see them spawn in that's so aggravating, because it's like I can see through the illusion that is the game. Like I can see the mechanics working behind it. Because normally when you're playing, you don't even think about it as a game, you just think of it like, I'm in this world exploring. But the second you see the Banshee literally spawn out of thin air, it's like, oh, you've broken my immersion. Now I know I'm playing a game. I can see you spawned that in front of me, because I'm in a WASP right now, and you wanted to give me a dogfight. Thanks, game. That was lovely. Anyway, we'll wrap things up here. So, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for next time. And until then, this has been GamingMagic13.
And GroupUnicorn71.
And hope to catch you all next time for some more Halo Infinite Versus. Goodbye.